everyone. I'm going to be awkwardly testing out my GoPro for the first or second time, and I want to tell you guys a story about... First of all, let's see if anyone's coming. No one's coming. Okay. No one's coming, girl. Okay. I'm going to tell you a story about my life and who I am and what I think I am, at least, which is an explorer. Need to do a little bit more of that. Someone's literally going to come down. I'm Sasha, and I have a kind of a crazy fun life. However, a lot of times I could be very depressed, like today. But I am really trying hard to not be that way and trying to, you know, put this camera on and do shit that I feel uncomfortable doing. Anyways, most of the time, I feel like I have a kind of a crazy life, I think. I work like 15 million different jobs. I do basically whatever I want, whenever I want. So like I've wanted to have my own schedule, made that happen. I wanted to travel around BC, made it happen. Learn about myself. Anyways, just always making it happen. But it's funny because I have these times when I sometimes, like, I've done all these things and I had this very courageous, cool shit fucking life, but then I forget, literally forget that I do all that, and I forget that I have a life, and I just lay there staring at a wall, like, depressed as fuck. So it's very interesting. But right now, check it out. I got a beautiful view. Who needs friends when you have GoPros though? Holy shit, it's quite high. Woo. Scared to drop this little thing, eh? It's brand new. Pretty good life, very spontaneous. I'll get into random cars and just drive somewhere and then like end up, you know, literally meeting people randomly in the middle of nowhere and just like fucking crazy. Like, it's good, but again, like I said, there's these times when I'm just like completely forgetting who I am. So when you're feeling like shit, okay, you gotta just try shit out anyway, because it reminds you of who you are, and it's very fucking hard to do that, okay? It's hard to just get up and to be yourself when your body's screaming that you're like incapable, you suck, all that shit. But you know that it's bullshit, right? You know that, right? So I worked like all kinds of jobs for fun, and created my own schedule. Every dream I ever wanted, I achieved. Like I wanted to finish my degree, I did it, and then I wanted to like get a dream job. I wanted to make art for a living. I achieved it, and then wanted to get a boyfriend, achieved it. I wanted to like and at some point there's only one thing I couldn't achieve, which is to go traveling. I guess I just didn't have enough money. Like monetary is something I can't really seem to achieve, and this is where it brings me to my quarter life crisis, where I don't want to complain. Like I think compared to other people I have a lot, you know, I'm very lucky. But regardless, I don't want to compare myself to other people, because my feelings are very valid, and I understand that I am feeling like shit. And even though I'm like living like very close to the beach, like 10-minute drive, and I have a beautiful big house that I live in, and it's not mine, it's my parents'. It's really hard to live with my parents. However, you know, not like nothing's wrong with them, they're not like crazy or anything, but you know, we all have even though life seems perfect on the outside and it looks like I have everything, it doesn't really matter, because you know, we all have our right to be upset of other things. And so at some point I was like trying so hard to become something, like to be this digital nomad who like travels the world and has a career, has a job, feels capable, feels useful, and then I kind of like kept failing, not making enough money, and it's to the point where it drove me to think like my wage is never going to increase, like all this negative shit, and I haven't really proven to myself otherwise. I've had this specific wage and never been able to make more and more enough money, so it's been a constant struggle, and I feel like I'm 25 and I wanted to get all this done earlier. But yeah, I think So right now I'm noticing that if I end up sticking and just kind of like laying in my bed doing nothing and, you know, avoiding life, like watching a lot of YouTube or watching a lot of Netflix or eating away my pain and doing all that shit, like my life is not going to improve. So if I want to get out of this situation, I have to like really start trying, you know, I have to trying again. And I've come to the point where it's like I stopped trying because nothing was working. And I was really taught like almost like a hopelessness, like a defeat. So regardless though, what I do remember as part of my previous life is literally I wanted to like go around British Columbia and just I got into my car, and for 6 months I lived on like $6,000. I like ended up making money as I go, very weirdly, like I don't know, operating a boat or playing archery with kids, something really random. And so I ended up making it work, but I felt like there was like these constant little dependencies on men, and I felt uncomfortable with the fact that I didn't have my own income, and it's like sometimes I would like seek refuge at a man's house because I didn't have enough income to, you know, continue. Like I would always be dependent on someone if I'm independent. So as long as I'm not making money, it's like I depend on a male or my father or my mom, and I don't want to be dependent on anyone. So this has been a struggle. I got into my car to drive all around BC and live this way because I wanted to get away from my family, because I just don't believe in what they believe. And again, it's not like they're horrible, they're pretty nice, pretty respectful, but I just, you know, I think every 25-year-old needs to get the fuck out, you know, at some point, to really like understand themselves. And so I had to do that. I had to do what I had to do. So my story stems in like me just kind of like always doing the craziest shit possible and eventually getting bored of everything. So I like to snowboard, I like to ski, I like to like climb mountains. So I like hiked 100 mountains, and I started getting slowly bored of it. I did like all kinds of different jobs. I started getting bored of it, started getting like, you know, complacent, and I dated a lot of men, started getting complacent. So the idea is I always need something new, I always need something entertaining, I always need something to like pursue and to keep trying, right? So this is where I'm at right now. I feel like I'm at rock bottom. I keep like, my car keeps breaking and things keep happening to the point where it keeps driving me back to like $300 in my bank account, which is really hard to sustain a life in British Columbia with $300. Like you're basically fucked. You can't even move out. Like you're just you need $3,000 a month to live okay and like, to be pretty decent and well off. Like, but you want to also save, right? Because you want to be able to do things that you want to do, like save up for school, save up for whatever your dream is, right? You want to save up for those things. I'm basically not able to save or do anything, and like I can't afford anything right now. So it's really stressful, and I feel like no matter how much I work, I do have a job. It's like almost, you know, not full-time, but almost full-time, and it's so 30 hours. Regardless though, job is pretty chill, and but yeah, it's almost like that show Made, which is also filmed in British Columbia, where you just keep watching your bank account go like 8,000, 2,000, or no, not even there, it doesn't even get there, like 1,500, oh, like windshield breaks 400 minus, you know, or like tires pop, okay, like, you know, something else, and it's constantly like you make money and then it just keeps going down, so that you're kind of like trapped in this continuous world of being dependent on someone else, even though you're trying. I'm not gonna lie though, I do spend money on like some things like nails and eyelashes, which, you know, technically I could cut it out. It's a luxury that I'm choosing. But anyways, I'm taking it step by step, day by day, focusing on what I can focus on, which is right now focusing on body, focusing on, you know, trying yoga for the first time, focusing on feeling grounded with myself, focusing on these little things like, you know, learning how to talk to a camera, and I'm just doing the best I can at what I can, the moment I can, because, you know, even though travel was my biggest unfulfilled dream, there is this thing that, you know, it's also a materialistic thing. It's almost like, you know, when you're there, you're going to be happy, but the reality is, no matter how many things I've achieved, when you're there, you have to be happy already in order to be happy there. So even though when I was traveling, I did have like these times when I was lonely or worried about income or not able to like, kind of like feeling guilty to leave the house because I needed to look for jobs, you know, things like that. Or feeling guilty to spend money and like having fun because it's like I might not have it next month. So it's a kind of a toughie, but hey, again, trying to be very positive about it. So that doesn't define me. Again, none of this defines me. Like I know I'm a sweet fucking heart, and I'm a very good, you know, I have a good heart, and I find it really difficult to do work for people where I don't believe in what they're doing. If I don't believe it, like if something feels unethical, I kind of don't want to do it even for money. But anyways, putting everything aside, I think I'll figure it out. I know I'm capable and I'm smart. I'm not defined by, you know, my financial status right now. And even though I keep saying I can't afford it, it's kind of like come to the point where I'm just like, fuck it, the truth is the truth. I am courageous and braveful for what I braveful and brave for what I did, and you know, life is life, and if it's hitting me like right now like this, then fuck it, we're gonna have to work with it, right? So that's a little bit about me. Would like to know a little bit about you, so maybe write something in the comments if you relate to any of this. If you have a quarter life crisis where you expected your life to be fucking sick, but then it ends up being like sick but with a lot of like shit, you know. So yeah, thank you for watching. Nice to meet y'all.